The U.S. Central Command released this video that it claims showed an Iranian patrol boat removing an unexploded limpet mine from the side of a Japanese tanker. Two petrochemical tankers, the Front Altair, owned by a Norwegian shipping company, and the Kokuka Courageous, owned by a Japanese shipping company, were apparently attacked in broad daylight on June 13th, near the strategic Strait of Hormuz. Both vessels were in international waters in the Gulf of Oman, approximately 10 nautical miles apart at the time of the distress calls. U.S. officials say the video shows conclusively Iran was behind the attacks. The Post raised the contrast and brightness on the original footage for clarity. It appears to have been recorded from a surveillance aircraft, such as the P-8 Poseidon, which was dispatched to the area after the incident. The U.S. claims an Iranian patrol boat approached the Kokuka Courageous at around 4:10 p.m. local time. The markings on the side of the tanker appear to match other images of the Kokuka. The patrol boat seems to match images and video of the fast attack boats used by the Iran Revolutionary Guard Corps.
You can clearly see from the video that the vessel was an Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, what they call a fast inshore attack craft. So basically it looks very much like a commercial fast boat in there, but there's also have some guns on it.
The patrol boat was apparently observed removing what the U.S. says was an unexploded limpet mine. The U.S. also released this photo taken from the USS Bainbridge showing damage to the side of the Kokuka, and what it said was likely the unexploded mine. The location of the alleged mine in the photo appears to be in the vicinity of where the object was removed in the video.
Most likely that it is a limpet mine, seeing the damage that was there earlier. I'm sure forensic evidence, the U.S. Navy will investigate the damage to the hull. I think we'll probably identify that it was a limpet mine that caused the other damage to the Japanese vessel. A limpet mine is any kind of mine that were first used in World War II by the British. So usually it's a magnetic mine that can be placed on the hull of a ship, usually they're designed not to sink the ship because they're not that large of an explosive like more of a floating mine would be, but they're used to cause damage to the ship to potentially disable it, as we saw in this case, right? It disabled both vehicles, caused a fire on one that caused the crew to evacuate and hindered its further movement. They've used these in the past. In the early 2000s, there was a case of Iranians using limpet mines before to damage ships, and then obviously there was a lot of use of the Iranians with mines back in the late 1980s during the tanker wars as part of the Iraq-Iran war at the time.
While it appears an object was removed from the ship in the video, the Post was unable to verify this independently.
Some may question why they placed it above the waterline, not closer to cause flooding. I think the Iranians in this case are trying to damage and send warnings, hinder these tanker shipments through the area and not, sink them or cause massive oil spills that would cause more environmental concerns and a bigger issue in the region.
Iran has denied any involvement in the attacks. The president of the Japanese shipping company that owns the Kokuka said crew members reported being hit by a, quote, flying object, contradicting the U.S. military's account of mines.
だから破裂弾なのか貫通弾なのかっていうだけであれば貫通弾のような気がします。はい。で破裂弾ったら爆発して、いろんなところにですね、危害が加わっているはずですので、というようなあくまでも推定です、推測です。
Another similar assault on tankers took place in the Persian Gulf on May 12th. At a UN Security Council briefing in early June, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Norway said it was highly likely that a, quote, state actor had used limpet mines in those attacks. The countries did not say Iran was responsible.